that point in my life, I was, like she said, I was pretty much disillusioned with organized religion. And then we met our neighbors. Riley's really what changed my mind to go back to church.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. My name is Riley and I am 9 years old.
I am Kyle Knudsen.
And I'm Ashley Knudsen.
So I grew up all the way down in South Florida, Broward County area. You and I met in
2013.
2013?
Yeah.
2013.
Yeah.
2013. We were not Christians when we were living down in South Florida.
No.
We were living what you would call like for the world, or in the world rather. Not for Jesus, I didn't grow up with any faith in my part of the family. Moved to Ocala 2020. What we now would call God's timing, which I don't think we called it that then.
Well, we called it luck then.
Yeah, we called it luck then. In the process of that, and met some incredible people. Yeah, that's where I met Jason and Jordan and Melissa. And so we were, after creating a friendship with them, we went over to their house for dinner. Somehow the topic of church, Central in particular, came up.
And then we went that Easter.
Yes. Yeah, they invited. Yep, we went that Easter.
That was your first church experience.
That was my first church experience. And it was incredible day. Just felt the presence of God the moment we got out of the car.
And then we were still just engaged, kind of just living our life, made all the excuses, but as we kept going to Central and developing our faith and really like making God the center of our family life, we knew it was time. We needed to get married.
We're going on our family walks, late night, always tried to make that a priority after
dinner.
Almost every single night, because we're going around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing Mr. Joe and Miss Dana with Lily and Levi. And then what started is, just a, hey, how are you?
And then we just stopped and stayed a little bit longer and a little bit longer. And Riley's telling them all about just who she is and how God is in her life. And
yeah, her whatever verse of the month or verse of the week that she was learning in school and at church at Central. And so as soon as she saw Joe and Dana, that's what she would talk about right away.
Yeah.
Which we encouraged 100%.
One day or night, I can't remember because it was like last year, so we went to dinner with our neighbors, Mr. Joe and Mrs. Dana.
I always felt, growing up, when I was young, I went to church every Sunday. My mother had us there every Sunday. Once I turned a teenager and started getting a little older, it was off and on for me. I always felt more comfortable just out in the woods. It was pretty much, like she said, ritualistic. You go in and you go through the motions and basically put your $20 in and you're good to go for the week. And I was just disillusioned with it. I wasn't really going to do anything more. We started reading the Bible and that was fine. We were doing good, and she just had the feeling that we needed to be with other people doing it. And then we met our neighbors. Ashley and Kyle, they're fantastic people. They're kind of amazing in this day and age.
We felt they were old souls, and they were so much focused on their children, and their children are just so polite.
We took our seats. They said for me to do their prayer, and I did that. They say that it was wonderful. Then I just said, do you want to learn about Jesus? They said yes. I told them about Jesus' crucifixion, his resurrection, and the resurrection day is Easter.
Like you said, she could quote scripture, she sing songs, And we were talking after that, and I'm like,
Where do they go to church? Because it has to be.
Because they got to be doing something good.
It's got to be the right thing, you know?
Eventually leads to I'm going out to check the mail, and Mr. Joe's coming out to get his mail.
Yeah.
And it was right before Easter.
They come to Easter service too.
Yeah.
Just
right
like
before
how we
Easter.
went to
And
Easter
so
service.
I had grabbed a handle of the invites, and I had them in my back pocket, and I literally had one left because I gave them out at work, and I had one left. And he came over and he said, "Hey, where do you guys go to church?" I said, "Brother, it's right here. Here we go."
They got plugged in just like how we got plugged in, and
Yep. And then they got baptized,
yeah,
and that was awesome. Riley was super emotional.
yeah, she cried.
So we were baptized as babies. You're usually baptized as babies. We're reading the Bible and we
Listening to the sermons.
listening, and we had conversations about, is that the same? Because we didn't make that choice to be baptized. We were babies. You know, our parents made that choice for us, which was great. But we're adults, and
Watching other people in church getting baptized, every week when we saw someone else getting baptized, it kept me thinking, maybe we ought to do that. We have changed so
we are
much.
transformed in a way that you just couldn't even know. If you just knew our former lives, I feel like we're so transformed. I mean, we're not perfect, you know, we still got room for growth and all of that, but I feel like we're definitely more followers than we are fans.
I think God placed us here next to them for a reason.
God puts people around us
Right.
that we don't even understand in the moment that that's going to make a huge impact.
Right.
Central has helped us develop our faith and our family, and I'm just so excited to see what our children do. You know,
And that
who will
our
they?
past life didn't hold them back, and
Yeah.
us being obedient in our how we do our life.
I feel like God has called me to be a missionary to people, whether I'm small or big, a child or an adult, that God was meant for my life to be a missionary. It's time that people know Jesus in their lives so they could accept Him and learn about Him. And finally, they take their lives to Jesus and keep spreading Christians all over the world until the end of time.